Hey everybody, welcome back to hour 3 for Roleplay Blades. We are done with downtime after a very fun interaction with Taikarosi, Lady, and Aldo. So yeah, I think that scene's done. Poetry reading situation is finished, and maybe we can come back up in the library. Maybe everybody's kind of reconvening. We decided, I think, how to spin the 2 crew upgrades. Jeff, do you want to break that down?
Yeah, we're gonna do one that allows us to do a 4 tick, so we're able to master things now. So if you guys ever want to upgrade something to a 4 tick, now we have that ability. And then the other one's being spent on upgrading our lair to have a functional library, essentially, so we can actually research pretty much whatever you want, I guess, right, John?
Yeah, so you have a workshop and high quality documents, which means when you guys do research at your lair, or if you ever like tinker with stuff, or if Anne does her ritual stuff in the library, that'll help you. In the fictional sense, we need to decide like how both of these things sort of manifest, and I think that I kind of sort of made a joke earlier, but I think it makes sense that for the library, maybe it's just Aldo like doing work, and like taking the time to catalog what's still left in the place and be smart. You're smart enough to separate the dross from the good stuff, right? And realize like, oh, wait a minute, we actually have a lot of good stuff here that's actually useful. It's not just all trash.
And for lack of a better term, like I'm going to estate sales, rummage sales, like booksellers, that kind of stuff, and I'm a regular at these events or these places. What else? What other good stuff you have?
Exactly.
Well, maybe that's always going on, but like the representation of the upgrade itself is, we don't have to replace unless you had an idea, John. But like when we collect our coin from this latest mission, maybe she's just like, Aldo sees some cool books and stuff like that, and she's like, I barely read them. You can take them if you want or whatever.
That's cool. Yeah. Because she has like weird boxes of stuff in her house and stuff. So yeah, maybe she throws some in as part of the payment too. I like that. That's cool. Yeah. And then mastery, like it can be almost anything. It can be the fact that the crew itself has like gelled to a point where you're learning from each other and you're just better scoundrels. Or it can be something specific, it can be like you actually like have someone that you train with, but I don't think that's the case with this crew. I don't think you have an actual like person that you go to. So maybe it's a little more ephemeral than that. It's just it's representing this like more cohesion, more synergy, I guess, with the team. Which makes sense, I think. I think we've seen that happen. So,
and then one last thing before I pitch the name and we can role play that and stuff. How much coin do we get from the mission?
Oh yeah, so let's do that real fast. This could have been a whole scene, but let's just do it like in the simple way. So the entanglement and the payoff are going to happen kind of together. So when you guys go to pick up the money from Iramina's place, there's a group of blue coats outside that you usually see around. They're like, it's in Brightstone there. So like, it's usual for them to be around. But then when you actually go up to the door, like the blue coats on the street follow you in behind you, and the door opens and it's a blue coat there. This red-bearded, red-haired blue coat guy, Crocker. Aldo and Rune know Crocker. He's a huge asshole. And everybody knows that he works for the city council, basically. He's like one of their lapdogs that does errands for them and shit. So they're there. They've got Rutherford, the servant. They've kind of roughed him up, and the boxes of coin are set out like they were last time. And the house is even worse than it was before. It's all dark. The chains are on the door. More doors and windows are closed. There's like iron bars that have been hastily like screwed into different places. It's just this. It's weird. Like you can basically just go into the foyer without going through all of these layers of crap that's that's been installed in the house. So again, like that's kind of escalating. But the entanglement here is that these blue coats like confront you and are like, we don't have to play it, like I said, but they essentially say, hey, we've seen you're a bunch of lowlife scum coming into our nice neighborhood, going in and out of this lady's house. Some weird shit's going on here. We know you're up to something and leaving here with these boxes of money. So it would be a shame if the spirit wardens find out about this, wouldn't it? But you pay us a cut and we'll just forget this all ever happened. And they give you this ultimatum. So you can choose to tell them to fuck off and take -1 with the blue coats, or pay them for coin and for rep to settle the score with them and just be
4 rep, you said?
4 coin and 4 rep, both. Yeah.
Is what we would have to pay them to cover it up.
So you're getting 3 rep from the job, and 10 coin, and they want 4 coin, and you'll lose 4 rep because you're going to basically like kowtow to these guys, and be like, yeah, sure, whatever, just leave us alone. Or you can lower your status with them, and tell them that you're not paying them.
I feel like it's very in character that we tell them to fuck off, guys. What do you think?
Yeah.
And what exactly is their position with Hermina, or none?
These guys are just corrupt cops that saw
Great. Yeah.
tier 0 people
But
coming
they don't.
on.
Okay.
No, you know that they like do stuff for the city council, and you guys have a bad relationship with the city council. I forget which one of you took that one, but might have been you.
Was it me?
I forget who it was.
Maybe, I don't know. Shit.
But you know that like they kind of are aware of the King Claith stuff. The council has to do with nobility in general. So somebody on the council was probably like, why haven't any of the King Claiths been showing up for stuff? And someone else was like, I don't know. And then someone else said, oh yeah, a bunch of lowlifes have been coming and going from our house. And they were like, yeah, get over there, see what's going on. And these guys just took it on their own initiative to like hustle you essentially.
I have the negative contact with the blue coats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I'm in team.
Okay. Yeah. So we don't have to play it out. Basically, you tell them to fuck off. There's a bunch of posturing. It doesn't come to blows. It could have, but it doesn't. And you don't pay them, and they're like, you're going to regret this, and they storm off. And then and you guys get paid.
Yeah. And I want to throw in like something about a blue coat that I know.
Don't I know one? That one that I had that entanglement with.
Sergeant Holtz. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Sure. You want to name drop Holtz with these guys?
Where who is LaRose? It says LaRose is a force leader in Crowsfoot.
Yeah, LaRose is the guy that you know. He's like a beat cop in Crowsfoot. Yeah.
Oh, but he actually helped me at one point.
Yeah, he's like
okay. So he's cool. Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. So I just as we're telling him fuck, I was like, well, if you have any problem with that, you tell Oates. He knows where to find me. I'll probably be at the theater or at a wait. You would never go there. Never mind. Yeah,
they threaten you. They say you don't know who you're messing with, and you're going to pay for this and all that kind of crap.
Well,
they don't start anything. They leave.
The void in your pants tells me you don't know who or you do know who you're messing with.
My dad owns a dealership. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how much coin do we get, John?
So you get 10 coin.
Do we have enough in the bank, guys, to put that in there? Or?
You have room for 4 more, and then you can distribute the rest however you want.
I have no coin on my body, so I can take 2, if that's okay with you guys.
I have no coin. I can take however many we need to.
So you can take 2.
I promise I won't gamble it, I swear.
How many total?
We have 10 total.
10
we have
total.
space for 4 in the vault.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I took 2, so there's still 2 more.
Okay. Zeke, do you want to take one and I'll take one?
Sure.
Done.
Done.
Yeah, and I kind of like give Miss Catabie a sideways glance, like, you really want to give it a 2 and us to what?
The degenerate gambler. Yeah, she's fine.
Maybe I say something about, don't forget just how well I can collect information for us.
It's true, I guess.
Like I said, I promise I won't gamble it.
Well, if you promise.
Most days.
Fair enough.
I kind of walk over to like next to Miss Catabie and like kind of just quietly to her. I'm just like, well, if you're so good at getting information, then I might have need of that information later. Because I need a new dealer.
Now, quick question. You mentioned the Rutherford.
Yeah, I didn't want to derail us too much, Zeke, but I know that that's a thing. Like, he sent you a message and was like, "Oh my God, please help me. My house is going crazy and we're all going to die." And you were like, "I got you." And then when you show up, he's looking at you like, fuck,
right.
Everything's fucked. But I don't want to derail us too much.
No, that's fine. Is he not being taken away by the blue coats or anything, right?
No, it's obvious that they kind of roughed him up and like had been maybe questioning him or something before you got there. But you know he wouldn't have said anything to them. So
sure.
Well, yeah, he's very desperate and he's looking at you like, "Don't leave me. Oh my God, my life is ruined." But
I put a big like meaty hand on his shoulder. Don't worry. Sometimes things work out a bit slowly, but I haven't forgotten. And also, I have something that you might want to look at my house. So when you have a minute, come see me. All right?
Yeah, he's desperate. He'll do anything. He's like, "Can we go now?" Like, obviously.
Yeah, whenever you want to work that in, John. I just want to show him the painting.
Gotcha. Oh, of course. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't like outside the game. I know we want to like get to the next mission and stuff, so we should do that. But in the fiction, like, you mollify him and he understands that you're trying to help him, but it doesn't happen overnight. So we'll fit that in when we can going forward. So that's
perfect.
It's on the radar. Okay. Cut to library. Cut to big table downstairs. Careless firm.
Yeah. So I think we're like done with the upgrades. That's kind of the busy work we're doing.
Yep.
Putting the coin in the vault and all that kind of stuff. And Anne, what's the name of your nemesis? The character that's last on the list.
Skurlock.
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 Yeah, Skurlock.
Thank you. So like, yeah, Careless just kind of like, if everyone could come around, please. I think before we endeavor to take on Skurlock, I feel like we should take a bit of a chill and just off a person that just kind of deserves to die. It would be the first time you've heard of someone from my list, if that's okay with everyone.
I'm fine with it.
For those of you who haven't met Skurlock, he's definitely going to take a bit more effort than the others. So I would be in favor of looking at Careless's list.
Hold on. A bit more effort. You saw what we did the last time.
The displeasure.
The goddamn flames of ghostly hell upon this house and destroyed everything in our path. Are you sure we can handle it?
That was child's play compared to Skurlock.
Well, fuck me then.
Although you have such a way with words, but conjure up a memory that, well, normally the pace of the conversation would irritate me beyond belief. This is something I would dwell on forever if I could. That being said, it is time for us to consider another target. Now, I don't have a meaningful story for this person. They just kind of annoy me. They annoy me and they're bothersome and they know too much, so they probably shouldn't be around. Now, I know that Miss Catabie knows this person and is probably greatly annoyed with her as well. Her name is Marlene. I want her dead.
I think there's just maybe like a wash of agreement, and it's like it's hard to argue with that.
Wait. You mean Maureen Maureen the Mauler?
Marlene the pugilist.
Yeah, Marlene the Mauler.
Yes, she's a fighter, of course.
Oh, well, I've heard of her. She's something else.
She's fantastic. And that is part of the reason why she must go. Now, there are many ways we can go about this. It could be kind of what we've done. And before you say it, Aldo, I want to dial us back from murdering everyone in a 100-yard vicinity of her. But, of course, I like where your head's at, probably. I also think that we have her go down in a fight, and then we benefit from said turn of events, as most people would be betting on her to, of course, not expire in the middle of a fight. I'm quite proud of this idea. I don't usually think of money, but with Miss Cataby spelunking around the house, it dawns on my mind that this is something we should think about.
So she's what, a boxer? Or?
Yeah. Yep. She's a pretty legendary boxer, one of the best in the circuit right now, possibly the best.
Okay, cool. I was asking like in character.
Sorry.
As a wrestler. Yes.
Sorry, could you say that again? I didn't hear.
She is as much a boxer as a brown bear is a wrestler.
Careless. Just to reiterate on the details, you say you wish her to fall in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You are up to speed so far. It has taken us a perilous amount of time to get there, but we are there. Yes. Carry on.
Well, like, I can't help but think the amount of money we can make knowing the outcome of a match.
Ghost kind of looks around. He's like, Miss Cataby, that's an amazing idea. If only someone had just said that very exciting idea.
So, explain to me who is this? Why does she deserve to die?
Well, it's funny. Now, Rune, that question has so many different answers. I could take it a few different directions. We all die, so deserving of death is, of course, something bestowed upon us by birth. I would say that this is just speeding.
Yeah. Why do you want her to die?
She's annoying, and she knows too much.
Oh, she sounds awful. Let's kill her.
And we can make a lot of money. In case it hasn't been brought up yet.
It's all right. I'm on board. Let's do it.
There's quite a bit of money to be made here. Just want to make sure everyone is clear with this point.
Yes.
All right. Now is the time when I speak up and I say, you want me to do this, don't you?
Well, I'm not going to fight her.
No, I was thinking that maybe we hire another fighter besides me. But if we can't, or if you don't want to, I suppose I could do it. But if I may, this lady is capable of fucking me up. She's no joke. So we better hedge our bet with maybe some tranquilizers, something like that. Because any physical body I can rip apart, but if the physical body could defend itself faster than I could punch it, we have a problem.
I could talk to Kellen about some plants, or I don't know. I'm not a witch, but she knows something, I'm sure, that will hamper her ability to fight.
And is that the stray cat you have in your room?
She was, yes. She's moved out.
Of course. Yes, of course. Any kind of edge here would be fantastic. After seeing Aldo elegantly destroy the arm of the man at the previous endeavor, which, by the way, these are my daytime dreams. I am most motivated to see you do that again, but mostly in the neck or spine column. That's kind of the more lethal area we're approaching. Unless, of course, you could bend her arm into a jugular. We'll work out the specifics later, but I do agree we should have some form of tranquilizing effect on her, or even a poison. But a poison can be detected, so I'm not so fond of it.
Now, quick query. Why do you want to die in the ring when it's easier just to do it while she's sleeping or somment?
And instead of answering, he just points at Miss Cataby.
Because there's a lot of money to be made here.
Well, I counter that point with we have shitloads of money. Like lots of it.
Mhm.
We don't have enough room to store it.
Aldo, can I ask you a question? Do we have all the money?
Don't bother. It's
Do
all
we
right.
have all the money? Or only a lot of money?
All right, I get it.
I'll take it one step further. If you imagine, Aldo, that to me this fight and anything that can be fixed is not much different than the most beautiful painting in which you could put your fucking eyes on. This is the same thing to me. Let me paint this masterpiece for all of us to enjoy.
Imagine the drugs I could buy.
Exactly.
Okay.
I see it as a win-win-win for everyone, of course, except for the people that bet on her and Marlene herself.
Well, if I may bring up another point, she's just not gonna fight. She's not gonna fight just any old buddy. Like Aldo, record 0-0. She's not gonna waste her time. So someone's got to cook me up a fucking history.
If only we knew a master and weaver of lies.
Well, I'm not going to assume that that's part of a skill set. Is it?
It is.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm going to go back home and read. You guys tell me when to punch something and I'll punch it if that's all I'm good for. And I like walk out like just fucking dejected.
Aldo throws a tantrum.
A little bit.
He is a ponderous soul, and he moves at a glacial rate through conversations. But other than that, a majestic and beautiful beast of a man. I'm excited to see what he can do to this woman. The whip crackle of her bones shall be the music of my season. It'll be fantastic. Rune, do you think you can conjure up a way with your little dirty friend to find a way to slow her body down so that it can be crushed?
Well, so out of character, John, is there like some kind of something that I can get from Kellen that's going to be like not like he was saying that poison would be detectable, you know, like so something that has an impact on her without being like she's obviously drugged or something.
It's a thing you can try to do. No one has much tinker of anything to speak of, right? You're not
right. No.
So in that case, you have to just rely on Kellen. She's 2 dice worth of making something, and that's not. It's fine. Like it's
Okay.
good. She could make something that would make someone drowsy, slow their reflexes, etc. But when it comes time for us to find out how detectable it is, if she notices it before it's applied, or if someone notices it after the fact, whatever, we'll roll her Kellen's 2 dice because that's how good she is at making stuff. So that's essentially what you'll be pinning your hopes on. I don't think anyone has a way to boost that right now that I'm aware of, anyway.
Okay.
You could, if you wanted to, you could spend another coin, take another downtime action, acquire an asset, and dump money into getting an exquisite level drug or something.
Okay.
That would, sidestep that issue and be like, oh, we're just going to fucking pay for this thing and have the perfect drug for this.
We'll do that one, John. We got money.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll spend one of my coin, and we'll just say that we have.
Yeah. When you acquire an asset, you tell me who you reach out to. In this case, it'd probably be Kellen again. Actually, you would know someone. Yeah. And then you roll your tier to start, which is 0 for you guys. So I'll do it.
Okay.
Just to get the ball rolling here. I think it's, how do you do this in Roll20? It's
So since our tier is 0, it's still 2 dice, lowest one.
Yeah. So I'll just roll 2d6. There's a way to keep the lowest, but I forget the notation.
Double 6, here it comes, boom.
1. Okay. So by default, Kellen can get you basically like a tier 0 knockout drug. If you spend 1, 2, 3 coin on it, it will be a tier 3 knockout drug.
Done. We'll take it out of our bank.
And
Jeff doesn't want to waste any time on this. How much money do we stand to gain out of this? That's right.
That's up to Miss Cataby, like how well
Yeah.
she can position the betting and everything. But I would
Well-
say, it's somewhere between.
So we want to
Here's-
spend the 3 coin
Here's
to
the beauty.
guarantee it.
I mean, I would like to set the stage for this is that, like, as demonstrated in the previous downtime, I have bet against her to try to win big for 22 of her 24 fights. So me making a large bet against her is actually the least suspicious thing that could possibly happen
Oh.
in this scenario. So
Like, out of
that is
character,
why
yeah,
I am
because he's
so
just the-
excited about yes.
Yeah. Okay. So do we want to spend the 3 from our vault to just have the drug? Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. So
Yeah, and you don't have a time pressure really, so like you're not
Okay.
doing it tonight. So you can give Kellen a substantial chunk of money and be like, "This is what we want. We want a very effective." You want her to be sluggish, right? You want her to
yeah.
Be impaired but able to fight and not
Right.
look drugged, right? That's
Right.
Am I reading you right? How do you want to? What kind of administration do you want? Do you want a powder? Do you want an injection? Do you want a? What's your
Powder? Like I put in her food?
Sure. It could be basically whatever you want. So
Fighters
Okay.
have water too.
Yeah.
that's true. It could be a liquid.
Like-
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's just say a liquid and I can just put it in her water bottle before the fight.
Yep, that's no problem. You're paying for it. I mean, this is a
Yeah.
this is a big chunk of money to some leech somewhere who's going to brew up to your specifications.
Sweet.
And it will last. It'll only last, roughly the duration of the fight, more or less.
He only needs 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you don't want to give it to her too early because if she feels weird, she won't go into the fight probably. And
Right.
so it needs to be timed just right.
hmm
I think what'll make it fun is we'll tell Aldo that he has to last 1 round, and then when she goes to her corner, the water bottle will have this stuff in it.
Oh, let her fight full bore on round
Yeah.
1, so more people bet maybe. That's
Oh.
that's
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Just
That's a good idea.
Aldo's got to deal with full power Marlene for 1 round.
even though Aldo's not there, it's like, be careful this doesn't fucking backfire on you. And just like, pop.
Yep.
1 hit knockout.
We can role play where I explain that part to you, but
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
so yeah, I think to end the conversation before we go into, because the wonderful thing about this is all the recalls and stuff, but I tell Miss Cataby that we need to develop the image of Aldo, the fighter, and then you need to secure the bet so that it's profitable.
Yeah.
So that'll be some rolls, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. And have Rune talk to.
Kellen, she already did.
Nope.
The synthetic.
Nope. His name is Christoph. Talk to Rick Christoph from the tavern owner and have him spread rumors about me.
Kristoff.
Christoph, the tavern owner of the Leaky Bucket.
Martin Gull.
Oh,
is
Martin
the
Gull. Martin
bucket.
Gull.
Kristoff
Martin.
is dead.
Yeah.
Christoph. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Martin.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
gotta put dead in my fucking notes then. Dead. Okay. So Martin then, yeah. Talk to
So you
Martin.
walk up to Rune and say Kristoff, and she just starts crying. Like, I go shut myself in my cellar.
Wait. Sorry.
Go tell your
Well-
dead friend.
Yeah.
Martin was my old dealer, so
Yeah.
I thought you had connections at the Leaky Bucket of some sort that could spread rumors.
I think he will help you. He will not
Okay.
sell you Black Lotus.
he's not going to sell me drugs, but
No.
we can still be friends. Okay,
He's
cool.
he's still your friend. He's still looking out for you, but he will not sell you drugs.
Okay. So you want me to talk to him to do what?
Say like, have you heard about this Aldo guy?
Oh, okay.
He's a great fighter. Maybe you haven't heard of him, but he's knocked out the fucking last 4 people. that he's
Yeah, I
taken.
think like you can consort with Martin to maybe bump up the engagement roll, maybe because it'll like position the fight better for the.
Yeah, I could have Martin,
Yeah.
like, rather than trying to convince him, I can tell him to, like, tell his patrons,
Yeah.
like, start spreading the rumors among the people who are going there.
Yeah. And is the idea that like you want him to start talking up Aldo? Like, ooh, there's this
This, like, new
unknown that's like a real terror.
And maybe like, I don't know if you want to use my name.
Oh, that's a
Do
good
we
point.
want to give you a fake name?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your WWF personality, Alma?
Just call me I'm trying to think of like a name and a pseudonym, and the first thing that came to mind was Bob the Builder for some.
I was just thinking Tiny would work too.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Tiny.
Puff Builder.
Bonesaw. Yeah. I'll come up with something. Keep going.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna use an alias. Got it.
Yeah.
And so you're well known in the underworld to some, like, kind of. Although, like, are you gonna wear a mask or a disguise or something? Or are you just gonna be like, whatever? I have an alias, but I don't care who recognizes me.
Just so happens there's someone who's good at disguises.
Yeah, that's, what do you know? That's convenient. All right, so we'll see how good Miss Cataby's disguise is when it matters. We'll assume that she's going to disguise you somehow. Cool. Well, let's start with you, Anne, and consort with Martin and see. Or
Can I assist with this role?
Absolutely.
Even if it's
Okay.
just like spreading the same rumors or whatever.
Yeah, you guys can do a group action if you want. One of you can lead, and then you can both roll.
I mean, I have a 3 in consort, so
Yeah, totally.
I'm pretty
So
good.
you should lead. Is that since you have
What?
better consort?
Either of you can lead. The leader will take stress for people who fail. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I got no problem leading then.
Okay. What kind of consort role is this? Control?
Yep, controlled. And well, so how? I think it's just standard effect. Yeah, standard effect.
Do I need to roll a bonus die?
611.
You have 1 in consort, Anne?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, you don't take any stress.
Sweet.
Academy, and you get a 6. So that's
Awesome.
nice. Yeah, so that will work. It takes a couple days. Martin starts talking up whoever all those alias is. This mystery fighter. Oh, maybe.
No, that's a question before we go on with this pseudonym or whatever.
Yeah.
Would it be necessary for me to use a pseudonym? Because
No.
it's supposed to look like an accident.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But if we have a
And
reputation,
it would
of being
like
assassins,
kind of
they might-
increase my fucking rep.
I if people know that like we have that, there are going to be people who like know that we have a reputation of being assassins, right? And like, don't people know that or no?
It's starting to, like, there's starting to be talk on the street about you, but not about you or you as individuals.
Okay.
It's about this mysterious crew of killers, but no
Okay.
one has pointed out you guys specifically yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess you could. I don't know. I'm just worried that there might be repercussions of people like being like, okay, well, she died like in this fight, which I don't know. That doesn't seem like that happens that often, you know?
Does it happen? I'm sure it happens, right, John? 'Cause this is not like
Yeah.
sanctioned. This isn't like there's rules. It's like beat the other
No,
person.
but I imagine that they don't kill each other
There's-
like
yeah.
intentionally.
It's uncommon. It does
Yeah.
happen, but it's uncommon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'll leave it up to you. You guys, what do you think? Real name, fake name?
Fake name. Fake name.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm gonna be James the Butcher.
Right.
I like it.
Positively terrifying. What's
So
next?
Killen comes back with the poison, essentially is what it is.
Yeah.
It's in a little vial with a stopper cap.
Mhm.
It's clear, it looks like water. And when you like meet her outside the library, Rune, she's like got this weird look on her face, like this sort of bemused look. And she presses it into your hand surreptitiously, and she says, I went to pick it up, and the leech, when he gave it to me, he said, tell the last word that I'll work with him again. Do you guys know what that means?
Maybe he's been sampling his own product.
Okay. I thought that was weird. Anyway.
Leeches say weird things all the time, darling.
That's true. I don't think I really want to know what this is, do I?
Looks like water. It's probably water, but it's not for you.
All right. Well, stay safe.
I just like kind of give her a wink and like turn around and go back inside.
All right. You have your drug.
Drugs. I'm gonna put it in my pocket and try really hard not to drink it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like on the way, like one for the man.
Oh, I sure am thirsty.
A little bit further road, you know.
Sure, we don't need the whole thing.
She's a big
Yes,
lady.
Jeff.
She
Yes,
probably
Jeff.
needs the whole thing. When you said tell the last word, I was going to be like, what is the last word?
Tell me, what is the last word? You're the last word.
yeah.
The last word anyone hears.
Nice. All right. So what is the next part of our plan?
I think the last part is I just go to Aldo to tell. Well, and also Wheat's got to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Go do that part, Wheat.
He's got to fake the
So that's us then.
rep.
Yeah. So what are we gonna? How are we gonna handle this exactly? For
So,
the bet,
yeah. So, I think
or do we just wait until actually we know we have a fight?
yeah. I think it'd be fun to like go to the engagement, cut into round one of the fight, get into the action, and then if we need to do flashbacks, we can, or whatever. Like,
Okay.
I think it'd be fun to like jump through and then
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine with me.
bounce around as we need to bounce around.
But before that,
Um,
I go up and knock on Aldo's door. Aldo.
Yes, I open it. Yes.
Hey, Aldo. It's Careless.
Don't do that. Don't use that voice on me. Say what you gotta say. I'm not mad anymore. I just had to vent a little bit.
You're a straight shooter. Right to the point. I love that about you. We need you to fight Marlene for one round uninhibited. Is this something you feel comfortable doing?
Well, that's not a very good idea. Now is it?
You
Well,
don't
I
think you
mean,
could take on Marlene?
I'm sorry.
You don't think you could take Marlene?
Yeah, if I had a wrench or I snuck up behind her, something like that. But in a fair fight, in a ring, probably not. You know her reputation, right?
I do.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. You said one round?
Yes.
Okay, I could survive with a bear for one round. Okay, I can do it, but be careful you're not edging your bets too much because she catches me with one, and I'm down. It's out. It's done. But I'll be sure first round, keep the guard up, make sure play defense. All right.
Carlos has his hand outside the door frame and he's just like clawing into the wall. But on his face is like absolute composure and he's like smiling a little bit. Although I've seen you snap a man's arm in half. I've seen you kill a man with a punch. I've seen you tackle a man through a door. Marlene's tough as nails, but you're a fucking hammer, and I need you to start realizing that. This whole I could maybe survive a round thing with her, it's very unbecoming. This is the most unattractive you've been this entire time.
Well, if I may,
That is the meanest thing I've said.
if I may, it's always the fool who overestimates himself. says, I can fly. And then he falls to the ground and dies because he can't fly. Now, I know my limitations. I'm a human, but I can last around, and I will, and you'll see it. So, pep talk over, right?
If you say so, Aldo. I like where this is heading.
All right. Now I'm going to go, I guess I'm going to train a little bit harder then, since I have to last around. All right.
That's right. You continue not overestimating yourself. And he walks away and he just like drags his hand against the wall. He doesn't have claws or anything like that. There's actually like blood in his hands, like hurting really bad. He walks away.
It's such a fucking chore for you to talk to me.
All right. Just interacting with people in general, I think, is a real trial for Mr. Firm. Nice. Yeah. So this is I'm gonna move ahead, but you guys, jump in, take your actions when you want to. We like if you want to manipulate people or whatever you want to do, like jump in and do it. But I think we can, especially like cutting on the action of Careless, like dragging away. Like we have this dolly shot down the hallway, and then it switches to dollying down the ropes of the ring, and the bell rings, and everyone's yelling and down by the docks, and it's a few nights later.
Like a montage, because a
little training montage,
Rocky style montage of me, like, because I really like for this particular thing, I want to study up on how and where I can punch somebody to kill them the most efficiently. Like, 'cause I'm not breaking somebody's arm. I'm actually trying to punch someone somewhere that will make them die.
Right. The temple and the back of the head, like where the skull meets the top of the vertebra, those are both pretty good spots.
Okay.
And then it's usually an accumulation of blows that is the result of a boxing kind of death. Somebody doesn't go unconscious, and the referee doesn't stop the fight, and there's a lot of brain damage and contusions. And then,
okay, so my objective would be, since we're going to drug the second round, to get her up against the rope so she can't fall down.
That would be a strategy.
Pound.
Yeah, that would be a strategy, and keep her on her feet. So, I mean, this isn't like very sophisticated, right? There is a referee, so to speak. They're not in the ring even, but they're nearby, and they typically just step in when somebody stops defending themselves. They step in and stop it. And usually people don't keep fighting. Sometimes it does happen. But yeah, if you could make it look like she was still on her feet somehow, that would help.
Well,
or if you want to, you can. You're a big, very strong dude. So if you want to go for the killing blow kind of thing, you might be able to pull that off. But that'd be a pretty tricky move. But that's a thing you could try if the other thing doesn't work out for you. Okay. But maybe that's the plan going into it, is to like pin her against the rope somehow and keep her on her feet. And maybe also, because this is part of the plan, like maybe the drug helps in some way too. Like maybe she's out of it enough where she kind of doesn't go down. She's sort of not feeling it.
A type more hallucinogen than doped up, because doped up, you'll fall down. Like hallucinogen,
she's like not feeling it. Maybe
for a long time. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. So we cut in, we see everyone's hyped. There's a new fighter, the Butcher, is coming in. How have you disguised Aldo? What have you done to his appearance?
And you have creative license.
What do we see when he walks out in the ring? Like, what does he look like?
A beautiful woman.
So maybe there is a flashback where I'm like, Aldo, do you mind if I give you a haircut?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Then we give Aldo like this little sort of, he already has kind of like short hair on the back and on the sides. but we like, you know, we kind of like messy mohawk that shit up so he, you know, he looks even that much more intimidating. You know, we ditch the glasses and we give him some, you know, mascara and some eyeliner under his eyes to give him like a little bit more, you know, shallow eyes. And then you have a goatee, right?
No, I have no facial hair.
No facial hair?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Clean shaven.
Then we have you not shave for a couple days, so you have that 5 o'clock shadow going too.
Okay.
So obviously, what we cannot disguise is your size, right? Like
It's true.
you know, you tell me now. Do you have like a giant scar across your chest? Like, have you been in any anime fights we should know about? Where like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's. It's not like I'm covered in scars, but I mean, there's cuts and scrapes. And
I got it. The final piece of the final piece, and I'm so proud of this. Is
I'm gonna hate it.
I bring in like basically a henna tattoo artist, and we put the most amazing giant tattoo on your back that like Aldo wouldn't have.
Sounds good.
You know, I'll let you. If it's
You can tat me all up. The whole
butcher, so maybe it is literally like some obscene like guy butchering a pig on the back.
No.
Like,
I got it. You ready? Have you ever seen like there's some con tattoos with like ... says cut here?
Oh yeah.
I got every joint is like cut off.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Like I'm cut up like a piece of beef.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, there we go.
So you come out, you know, and the crowd is like cagey. You know, some people have gotten worked up by the promotion and are yelling, but everyone else is kind of like, nah, like who's this guy? I don't know. You want to roll? Let's roll your sway here for your disguise.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if anyone in the crowd is like, I think that's Aldo.
What risky, controlled, desperate?
Risky. You have a fine disguise kit, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. Then you get it's great effect.
Okay, great effect. Now the question I have is like, can I use foresight on myself?
I don't know. What does it say? I don't remember that. I actually didn't write that. 2
times per score you can assist a teammate, but like technically I am assisting a teammate.
Oh, you're
action.
That's true. You are helping Aldo here essentially.
Okay.
Strash Asimovich wrote that rule, not me, but I will say yes.
Okay.
It counts because this is effectively a helping.
I literally am. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
All right. So a bonus dice for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a devil's bargain or push yourself or?
No, I think I'm pretty happy with this.
Okay.
Boom! Bring it home.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
That is an effective disguise right there.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, chat. RTFM. I know. It didn't count. It didn't even matter though. The bonus die was a 3. It didn't even matter. Yeah. So actually, I think there's a moment when the camera pans by, like we see, like some of the regulars that we've seen in previous episodes when Aldo's around, and they don't notice. They don't say anything. They're like, everyone's kind of appreciative of this mountain of a dude with crazy beef tattoos on him, and the room, the mood of the room is generally kind of positive. They're like, okay, all right. It'll be fun to watch Marlene punch out this guy's teeth. That'll be good.
Well, and I'm if I may,
yes.
I would love to, once I get into the ring, I would love to use my command skill to really rile up the audience and make them just fucking hate me.
Oh, okay.
Just have them just hate me and not wanna bet on me. Everybody bet on her. So the odds swing greatly in her, like even more in her favor. So the payout is better.
You're gonna play the heel.
I'm gonna play the heel.
It's a setup action for Cataby's role probably later, right? To do the betting thing. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Do you say stuff, or are you just like?
That's what I was gonna ask, because I want to change my accent if I can.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I just yell at the crowd like, I don't know who you think this lady is, but all of her fights is she's been fighting against straw men this whole time. They've been set up for her so she can just knock them down. I've watched every one of her fights, and she has nothing. Nothing. If you don't bet on me, you're all fools.
Nice. Yeah, roll that command.
Okay.
Can I assist?
Yes, of course.
Cool. Do I take the stress, right?
Yep. You take one and give him a bonus
Okay.
die and tell me.
So I'm just like in the crowd, and when he's like yelling and stuff, and I'm just like, everyone is obviously going to be pissed off that he's like yelling at them. So as everyone else is like yelling at him, and I'm just like joining in, and they're yelling, and I like throw like I don't know, something at him. I don't know what they would have. I don't think they would have tomatoes.
There's like people have like mugs of ale and stuff. You could hit him with a mug.
I don't want to hit him, but I'm gonna throw it in his direction.
Okay.
It's like, well, it's like I'm trying to like have everyone else get
yeah.
like, it's
If
like,
we're at a dock, there might be chum available.
That's true. There probably is chum.
John, before the fight starts, I want to roleplay one thing though.
Okay, we need
Okay.
to take a break. If it's real quick, we could do it before the break, or we can do it when we
It's real
come back.
quick.
Okay.
I think with all the hubbub and stuff that's going on, and my role is just going to be in the audience or whatever. I kind of make my way up to Marlene's corner, and if you're going to give me creative license, I assume she kind of sees me coming.
She hasn't like come out yet. She's waiting for the crowd to die down, but she's like in the shadows, waiting to come out, basically, like near where her corner is. Yeah.
Okay. Then I go there, and I kind of sidle up next to her.
Yeah. She sees you come in, and she like angles off, so she's at the right range. She just does this instinctively. Like you don't get up in her face. She's just like
No. Just within earshot or whatever. And there's like all this like commotion around, and people are moving and stuff. And I just kind of lean in and say, Marlene, it's just so good to see you. I wanted to wish you a good fight. She like nods or whatever, right?
Yeah, she's a grizzled veteran. She's just sinewy and scarred, and her head shaved, and she's not taking any shit from some rando who walks up to her. She just kind of glares at you like,
Well, whatever. We can just leave off with, he says, I just want you to know, when people turn down my offer to join with me, this is what happens. And then he kind of walks away.
She actually, like, it dawns on her right then who you are. She wasn't like making the connection there for a second. And so I think you turn towards the camera, and we see her over your shoulder, and we see her eyes kind of go wide. Like, oh shit. Like, what? Oh no. Like, what is happening right now? Oh no. Like, really, it starts to get to her.
Do you want to have Aldo roll and then?
Yeah. I think we have like, there's like two things happening here that we should roll for. So let's take our break, and then we'll roll.
Yeah, we can wait and come back and roll it.
Yeah. Because I think Kayla should roll here too.
Okay.
So we'll take our break. We'll come back, and we'll see how shaken Marlene is, and then how much the heal affects the crowd. We'll be back in just a minute.